Transmutation is not just about turning lead into gold. If you have watched a previous video about alchemy, then you will know that transmutation has a lot more to do with energy than it does with actual material substance. Hi, my name is Janessa-Belle. If you are new here, and if you're not new, then welcome back, bestie. It has been a while since I have made and or posted a video, okay? And I did want to touch base on that. Get this update done and gone so I can get y'all the good shit. Honestly, ever since July, my life has been pretty busy. Like, obviously, I've been traveling more. I've been going out more with people, which is something that I don't share too much of my personal life on here. But if you do follow me on Instagram or Snapchat, then you will definitely see the stuff that I'm doing more day to day or like week to week. As much as I love to preach about make sure that you're taking time out for yourself so you don't get burnt out, your girl got burnt out, bitch. I was burnt to a crispy chicken tender is what I was. I didn't have any energy to edit videos. I didn't have any energy to make any more videos. So I actually just took a trip with my grandparents up to North Carolina, which is a vlog that I did do. I haven't edited or posted it yet. So you guys bear with me, okay? Bear with me. I have content for you guys, I swear. I'm not trying to make this whole video about this, but I have been between working, YouTube, tattooing, and then also tarot reading on the side. That's just my 4 streams. So not even to mention like spending time with family, spending time with friends, spending time with significant others, spending time with my dog. Like, it's a lot. So I'm currently learning how to find a healthy way to balance all of these different things I have going on in my life, because I have so much passion and so much energy to do all of these things, and I'm really excited about doing them, but then I do it, all of it, and I get burnt out and it's no longer fun. So took some time to myself, but I'm back now, bitch. And the setup, you want to talk about the setup? Yay! And then my lizard enclosures over there. I didn't want to have the same setup as I did. I wanted to completely change the vibe for this whole channel, completely change my energy, all that other stuff. So your girl had to hermit a little bit to get there. But we're back. Let's go on and get into this video. I would love to sit here and chit chat with you, but I gotta bounce. Let's talk about what transmutation is, how it plays into not only alchemy, but into your everyday life. I also have authors and books to recommend to those of us at home who actually want to dig a little deeper and find or come to our own conclusions. The reason that I'm making this video in general is just so you guys can get a basic understanding of what transmutation of energy is, so you can use it in your everyday life. Only a tool to help you get to where you want to go and do what you want to do. Actually learn the power of your mind and how much your thoughts have relevance in your everyday life. So touching back to the question that I asked before, transmutation of energy is literally so you hone in on the energy that you already have inside of you. And now let me tell you, if you've been on this earth for a good while, I'm sure that you have trauma. I'm sure that you have things that are inside of you that are unresolved, or fears that you have that hold you back from doing what you feel like you really want to do. The reason that this can be so helpful is because the stagnant energy that is inside of you, or the fear that you have inside of you that you may have picked up from when you were younger, that holds you back from doing things or accomplishing things that you really desire to do. You don't want to be held back by these things. You want to be able to reach your full potential as a human being, to be able to be the best version of yourself so that you can experience the best experiences that you could experience. So transmutation of energy is being aware of the energy that you already have, honing in on it mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and then letting it get turned into something that you can actually use as an energy source. And this is where it gets good. You guys, let me tell you, when I say that this works wonders, once you actually start incorporating it within your thought process in your everyday life, then things start really changing around you, and they change very quickly. So let's get into how to use this transmutation and different methods that I personally have used throughout my journeys. I haven't read very many books about transmutation. I literally watched a couple videos, read a couple articles, and then I kind of gathered my own input and information from that and just started moving and trying new things and seeing what worked for me and what didn't. Or at least for me, that's the only way that I really learn, is by actually getting my hands dirty and seeing really what works for me in my craft and what doesn't. Like I had kind of already touched base on, you want to be aware of the stagnant energy that is inside of you already. When I say stagnant energy, I mean the fears, the insecurities, feeling of like unease, anxiety, things like this. And I'm just here to say, I'm not saying you can just get rid of anxiety, because I still have anxiety all the time. I just learned how to manage it differently. These techniques do help me with my anxiety, because I notice that when I do get anxious about certain things, it's literally all in my mind. And a lot of the times I'm making up scenarios that more than likely will not happen. And I'm just working my body, my brain works my body up, and I get like, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. Noticing things within yourself that you may want to not necessarily fix, things that you want to be better at, or energy that you want to feel better to you. It's a whole thing. So anyway, if you actually look at the real alchemical process, which I did explain in my other video, I did explain it in here. There are different stages of the alchemical process. So basically, if you want to do it by the book, once you're aware and you have that base material of, okay, I have fear, I have insecurity, I have stagnant energy when it comes to moving forward with my finances or my career, you being lazy or you not being able to get out of your own way, even those things I consider as stagnant energy, because I want it to move. I want it to be able to be free and express itself the way it needs to, so that I don't feel stagnant and I don't have all of this extra energy building up on top of me, weighing me down. Once you hit that point of awareness, you are then going to enter into the destruction phase. So this is the phase where you break everything down into nothing. And when it comes to thoughts, feelings, or emotions, when I say break down, I mean literally break it down when you have the time to do so. And this is the thing with emotions, it's a little different, because you do want to be able to feel whatever it is that you're feeling instead of trying to overanalyze your emotions and just get over it. Like, you want to be able to feel things, but when it comes to your thoughts can change on the flip of a dime, bitch. Your thoughts are going to be the thing that you want to target the most when it comes to management and destruction, I guess you could say, because you don't want to destroy your emotions. Your emotions are so precious, but your thoughts, they can be changed and destroyed over and over and over again, and they should, because we're changing all the time. Things are changing around us all the time. So you want to be able to have an adaptable mind when it comes to things like this. So when you destroy your thoughts, things that I do, and I know people fucking hate this, and I really don't know why. You could either journal about the thoughts that you're having that you no longer want to hold on to anymore, or that you want to transmute into something else, or you could talk about it out loud. Like this is what I mean also by being aware of it, because once you have it written down on paper in front of you, it's not so bad. Once you say it out loud, it's really not so bad. So a lot of this stagnant energy that you're going to find, or these stagnant thoughts that you have, you're going to learn as you do these exercises. Your mind is much more gullible than you realize, because a lot of these thoughts aren't even your thoughts. A lot of the things that you think are things that you see on social media, or things that you see on TV, or things that you hear other people say. A lot of it is bullshit. Like, they're literal shit. A lot of it isn't true, and yeah, it usually comes from somebody else or somewhere else. And once you're done writing it down, you've honed in on your energy. Get more into like the witchy method in a second, but first I want to do the regular method, so those of us that don't practice witchcraft or divination don't have to feel super uncomfortable. You guys can do this without any magic, I guess you could, whatever. Transmute this energy, I need you to sit with it. I need you to understand it and where it came from. Because when it comes to alchemy and the alchemical process, whoever is working on changing this substance into this substance, they have to really understand the material that they're working with, or else they can't mix other things in there once it's all crushed up to make another substance, if that makes any sense. So for this part of the process, you must literally change whatever it is that you're targeting. You literally have to change it. And this is why I desire for you to sit with it and understand it. We'll give an example. If you have a thought like, I can't make more money than I'm making right now. The market is horrible. The economy sucks, which is something I hear a lot of people say, and I'm even guilty of saying it sometimes too. If you're in the US, the economy sucks. That's just, I mean, it doesn't suck, but if you're lower class to middle class, then it's a power struggle between you and money all the time. So let's say that is your thought, and that's the energy that you carry around, and that's something that you notice that you want to change about yourself or your environment around you or your circumstances. Once you write it down or once you say it out loud and just address it, I want you to start either thinking, talking, or writing about why you think that. Who told you that? Who told you that you can't make more money? Who told you that you can't make money online? Who told you you can't make passive income? Who told you that? Who told you? Because it's not true. It's really not true. Okay? Address where that came from. Did your mom tell you that when you were younger because she was struggling? Did the people around you always say things like that? Your friends? Are your friends like always broke and always struggling, and that rubs off on you and the way that you think about yourself and your circumstances? Like, who told you that to make you believe what it is that you believe and feel about that thought towards money? Hey, I just had to add this in there because I realized I completely skipped this step. After you write that quote down or whatever problem that you have, after you write it down, I want you to either write or think about a counterclaim for whatever it is that you wrote. So if you were saying that I don't have enough money, whatever it was, make another claim that counters that one, that feels better to you, that looks better, that sounds better. So for example, if you said I can't make enough money, you would say as a counter, I make more than enough money to support myself, or I make more than enough money to pay my bills, to stress about money. Money is not stressful to me. Write a counterclaim on the same piece of paper that makes you look, feel, and perceive whatever the situation is differently. Once you understand more where it came from, usually that is the point where it clicks for a lot of people when it came to finances, because my family didn't necessarily struggle to the point where we had to, like sleep outside or sleep in the car or anything like that. Like, we've always had a home, but we didn't always necessarily like have money to throw at things that we wanted, if that made any sense. Like, projects on the home were harder. Big purchases were always a stressful situation I remember for my families. It was always ingrained in me that this is where I'm going to stay at. This level right here is where I'm going to stay at, because this is where like I grew up at. You know what I mean? But in my mind, once I started wanting more out of life, I was like, I want to be up here. Things started clicking in my mind like, okay, I think this way and I feel like I need to attain or maintain this job for 40 hours a week, 30 hours a week, 20 hours a week in order to have a paycheck and sustain myself. I still am a hustler. I'm a hustler by heart. I can't change that. But once my thoughts started realizing like, okay, this really isn't my thoughts. My brain was holding on to thoughts that no longer resonated with me and where I wanted to go. And as soon as it clicked in my mind that I didn't learn that from myself, I didn't pick that up from myself, I picked it up from people around me. And it's not their fault. I don't blame them. They're just living their life. It's not anybody's fault that you really think that way. It's not your fault that your brain picks things up that way, but it is your responsibility to change thoughts if you don't like them or if you don't resonate with them. It's your responsibility. It's your power. And that leads me into my next point. And this has to do with the kind of the final phase of transmutation, you have the power of choice. And the power of choice is the strongest power that you could ever have in your life. Okay? Literally the strongest power that you could have in your life is the power of free will. You have the gift of choice. You don't have to do anything that you really don't want to do. Because if you want something bad enough, you're going to get it. There's going to be no excuse in your mind. Nothing that can stop you. No hurdle, no challenge is going to be too great for you, because that's all you see in your mind. You're focused. Will and your drive are more stronger than any obstacle that can come between you and where you want to go. Any thought that could come between you and where you want to go, there's nothing. Do you get me? You have to physically, mentally, emotionally choose to think something different, to feel something different. That is the final stage of the transmutation process, because once you do that and you choose to think, I can make $100 a day, I can make $200 a day, I can make $700 a day, I can make $1,000 a day. Once you start carrying that energy, the universe has no choice but to give that to you. And if you don't believe in the universe, this is scientifically proven that your mind has a pull, a magnetic pull to things that it focuses on. It does not matter if they are positive or negative. From there, what you want to really start doing, because like I said, these results happen for me almost immediately. Once your perspective shifts, everything is different, and I really don't know how else to explain that. Once you get it, you will get it. I can't explain it any other way. I just want you to actually try to do the method that I just told you and see what an impact it makes. People really knock off like journaling and meditation and things like that, or just being able to be in your own space, in your own company. I feel like it's because a lot of people are scared to be by themselves. They're scared to face themselves, to see how much shit they've really picked up over the span of their lifetime, and address things like, and want to be better and want to do better for themselves. Like, a lot of people knock that type of stuff off. Either that, or they say like, oh, it doesn't work for me, it doesn't work for me. And I understand journaling won't work for everybody, trust me, I get that. But it's not even just the journaling that's the issue, because even though you don't journal, you still don't talk about it. You still don't try. And some people, not my subscribers, they be doing the damn thing. Let me tell you, they don't fuck around. Okay? They always want to better themselves. But for some people that I've noticed that go out of their way to ask for my advice, and then when I give them advice, they don't take it. And I'm like, if you were to take that advice, things would be so different. And I wouldn't be talking about this unless I experienced it, where people were throwing negative energy at me, sending the evil eye to me, talking shit about me behind my back. And these were people that I trusted. So what did I do with that energy? Of course it made me upset. Of course it hurt my emotions. And I sat there with that and I felt my emotions. Like I said, you don't want to run your emotions over, because then everything will start stacking up. But once I felt my hurt emotions and I looked at everything for how it actually was, use that to your benefit. People throwing negative shit at you, okay, I'm gonna take it. I'm not even gonna give it back to you, because that's my energy now. You gave it to me, it's mine. I'm just gonna change it because I don't like your energy is shitty. Oh, the witchy version of this, I recommend you writing it down actually, because if you're into divination and stuff like that, you understand that how much power your words hold, especially when written down on a piece of paper and stamped, maybe with oil for the beginners, blood for the veterans. Okay, write it down, you read it, you still sit with it, you still pretty much do everything that you did. It's just at the end you can burn the paper if you would like to. I always love working with fire when it comes to things like this, reading energy or letting something go into the universe. The paper that you burned with your insecurity or your fear or whatever it is, the stagnant energy that you have on it, you are going to, the ashes should pretty much be already ashes, but sometimes the papers hold, so you want to crush it up as much as you possibly can. Always mix like different herbs, because different herbs have different meanings depending on the energy that I'm facing. Like I said, when it was different people throwing energy at me, I used different herbs for that. Okay, I put a little bit more spice into that one. Always get like a white candle and put it over top of the herbs and let the candle burn. Depending on what kind of candle you have, it really doesn't fucking matter. You just put it over the herbs, let it burn. Of course, you put your intention into the candle. And my intention is always, like I said, transmutation of energy. I have sigils and symbols that I write on the side of my candles so that the candle can really get the full effect. That just really just speeds up the process even more. For me, divination is not going to be for everybody, but for those of us that do practice, that is a really good, easy way of transmutation and transmuting energy, whether it was thrown at you or picked up over time. Okay, my lovelies, really hope this video helped some of you. I hope I didn't leave anything out. There's so much more that I want to say, but this video is already 33 minutes long and my storage is on the fritz. So I encourage you guys to do your own research. Never just take anything that somebody else says as the only way of being. I'm going to leave you guys to your own bidding. Thank you so much for still supporting me. I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me even just through my little breaky break that I had to take. And I love you guys so much. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.